When I was in high school, I said this statement with conviction to myself: no matter what, I'll finish college. My grandparents raised me, and none of their offspring have finished college. However, I prefer to have a bachelor's degree from college, and I would always want to have a college degree. My grandparents' hardworking lifestyle makes me wonder if I could attend college because they struggle to put food on the table. And every time I see a college student with a uniform, I always admire them. I smile at myself at how they feel if I wear the same by myself. I see it in my mind and make fun of it because I am always making fun in my own mind. I attended college for the first semester after high school. I felt uncomfortable at the time since most of the students were staring at me like I was a child, and I looked very young by then. I couldn't pay the tuition on time, and I couldn't take the test, so even then I couldn't make it. I therefore left college and traveled to KK in Sabah with my aunt. After a few years, I returned back home because I didn't feel it was appropriate to continue. At the opening of the school semester, I enroll in college in BS Commerce. In this time, I met my human father, who helped me with school fees. In the third year, my father asked me to proceed in banking, but when I came to enroll, my accounting teacher was there and asked the team to put me in major accounting. At this time, my focus is reading books to improve my English vocabulary, and so my English subject is much easier for me. I get so inspired by travel, and every vacancy I see, I test myself if possible. One day an airline posted a vacancy with some requirements, including height, which I didn't match. Somehow, I feel discouraged, but I move forward. But my attention was caught up in the Perry Mason story, in how he solves the problem of his client. And if his client is guilty of a crime, he only helps them to reduce the term. My mind was quite intrigued by his courage and determination, as if I felt it within me. Every time I get his crime story book, I don't take it off. I like to finish reading it even if it takes me overnight to finish the book. And then I start reading this self-discipline pocketbook and practice it on myself. I finished college without honors, but I have improved my self-discipline. The only thing I cannot control myself is my curiosity to know the truth. My obsession to know the truth was so great that even when my friends tell me something, I like to find out if they are telling the truth. While working as a trainee, I have a group of friends, and one of them invites me to stay overnight at the beach. I was confused about going overnight to the beach. I asked my one friend, "What is overnight at the beach?" And she said, "How do I know that? We are the same, and we don't go to the beach at night. Neither of us has ever experienced that kind." They said it was good and enjoyable. I am curious. So, I asked my friend Ruby if she'd like to come overnight to the beach with me in the group. There, in the overnight at the beach, Gulf Beach, I observe what they do and what they say is enjoyable. I arrive there feeling cool with the breeze from the sea. As the night goes deep, I see the truth. To them, it is enjoyable, but to me, it is not. To them, they can do things in the dark. To me, that is unfair to myself. Yes, it is beautiful and enjoyable on the beach if I do well, but if I do the opposite, it's not. So, I told them I was going home, but they insisted I wait. They would bring me home because they said I came with them. Time is running until midnight, wait for them, and I'll come home at 1 a.m. And the house is close, I don't have a key, so I climb the gate to enter and ask the helper to open the door. I don't know if I have security, and that is my auntie, a cousin of my father. When he came back home, there was no explanation, and he sent me out. I go, and I say to myself, "You already did it to me 2 times, once when I was still a fetus and again this time, but the 3rd time, it's me who leaves you." And I shouted to myself to let it hear in heaven, and I said, "Godfather, my human father doesn't know how to discipline me." As the Bible said, all scripture is breathed out by God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All you have to do is repeat it until you get its meaning. If you don't, then you won't get its meaning. Especially if you are first time to hear biblical words. And many more mentioned what a word can do to our own life. If you observe clearly what I said with conviction, and even if I said it without a word coming out of my mouth, still things happen in what I said. No matter what, I'll finish college. But the third time, it's me who leaves you. These two things have happened to me, and not only these, but many more that I said unconsciously to myself. Now, I am going to reveal to you the truth about words and their power. You should be careful enough about how to use them because good and bad happen. Either you use the word in an expression, joke, or tale in confronting others verbally or mentally. Everything occurs the same because it is coming from within you and me that creates emotion. Any word that creates conversation within our heart and mind becomes reality. This is a conversation with God because our hearts and minds are the foundation of ourselves. If you read the Bible, it is very clear. It says, "Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy that person, for God's temple is sacred, and you together are that temple." When I was between 10 and 12 years old, I felt something very strong within me, and I asked myself, what is this I feel so strong within? And answer me, if you like to use your power, use it right because it strikes back. Then I said, so I have to find someone to help me. At that time I saw no one could help me, but this past year, all I did was to find someone to help me discover myself so that I can use it rightly. Now, I am telling you the power of the word. Words become reality because every word has meaning, and if your mind knows its meaning, then your mind creates it. A word is a seed that you and I speak and plant into our minds, and it grows slowly until it bears fruit. The moment it is, the reality exists in life, and we experience its fruit. What seed we plant, so is its fruit. That's why the people who are careful with the use of words become wise and wealthy, and those who use the word uncontrollably suffer its own consequences. This is the reason why anyone can be wise and wealthy and the reason why others suffer and get poorer, even sick.